Bentley in here? Okay, we're going to call this meeting to order. Please call the roll.
Miller.
Here.
Lynch.
Here.
Rutherford.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Burge.
Here.
Hill.
Here.
Lawson.
Here.
Creekmore.
Here.
Collins. Horry.
Here. Sarge called me and apologized. He had something come up at the last minute and was unable to attend. Before we get started, I want to personally welcome Mr. Poston here tonight. This is his first monthly board meeting as director of schools. I want to thank him for his willingness to serve us. We appreciate it very much. Donnie had called me prior to this meeting and mentioned that he wants to introduce his new staff tonight. So I'm going to give him the latitude before we get started to do that.
All right. Let me say first of all that this has been a whirlwind journey for the last month. I've still got a lot to learn, a lot of new terminologies and what have you since I was here 9 years ago. I got to meet with the superintendents today. Didn't feel too bad. They're confused about a lot of the state laws and regulations too. We've all got a lot of questions. I'm going to call each of your names. If you would stand up. I had planned on talking about each one for about an hour and a half, but I'm going to gun, so we'll move as quickly as we can and tell you a little bit about some of our newer people. But secondary education supervisor and also the assistant director, Larry Knight. Most of you know Larry. He's been around for some time. Very dear friend, but he's a true friend of the kids of this county. So welcome him. And our elementary supervisor, we've had several good people that were ready and willing to serve in this position, and I wanted to do what I could without, turn up a lot of our schools and some of the things that are going on. A lot of good things happen with some of the curriculum initiatives and testing and what have you. And Tammy Lay, if you would, please stand. She'll be our elementary supervisor. Tammy spent a lot of time over the years in different schools working on curriculum, and they've had quite a bit of success with Jackson Elementary School. Special Ed, Linda Campbell, you've been around a while. Sharon Reiner, please stand. And Sharon, of course, she was interim director here for a while. And I know a little bit about some of the challenges she's had to face in the last few months. I used to call her the vocational director. They tell me that's been changed to CTE, so go ahead. Dr. Rita Goins, and Rita's been with us a while. Where you at? There you are. She's got about 10 million things she takes care of. She's the adult ed supervisor for sure, and of course take care of the materials and records and those types of things. I appreciate Rita. Federal Projects Supervisor, Pam Waldron, if you'll stand please. She's got her hands in the big part of the money, so she's got several projects that she has to oversee, and we appreciate Pam's work. And Vicki Woodard, she's the one that's going to keep me fat and sassy. She's over the nutrition department. She's been with this system for some time, so good to have you. Also, our technology supervisor is Jack. You there? Jack, he knows more. Listen, if I just knew a tenth of what he knew, I'd be a happy man. I want to introduce some of our new initiatives, and I hope we'll be able to bring some more to the table here in just a month or so, maybe even sooner. I hope. We've got a new program. It's the Mediation Liaison Coordinator, and this is Nancy Leach, if you would. She's a trained mediator. And what that means is she's going to be able to get into some of our homes with children that have truancy issues, discipline issues, and those types of things. She'll be able to coordinate some of the programs between the judges and some of the other programs in the county that are doing things for children that are at risk. And so we're glad to have Nancy on board, and she's going to be a servant in that capacity and also help us with our alternative placement program. All right, we have a STEMS coordinator, Ms. Gail Stanley. Stand, please. Now, this is one of the most important positions that we can get right now into our system. She's going to be taking care of the science, technology, energy, and the mathematics program, that component, and we're going to be very fortunate to be one of the cutting-edge systems, I think, to get this program underway. So good to have. Also, we have a special programs manager, Dr. Eunice Reynolds. Please stand. several different programs, of course, preschool, alternative placement, coordinated health program, public relations, volunteer services, extended contracts, several things. So, and I can say an awful lot about each one, but we're going to do our best to bring all of these things to improve the student education in Campbell County. And if you all have some suggestions and ideas that other things that we can do to even make things better, we're going to listen. That's one of the things I will require from my staff, that we be better listeners than we are talking. So, all right, that's it.
The first item is to approve the consent agenda. Gail handed out an addendum, which to the consent agenda, we've added item 2E, and we need to remove an item, which is item B1. So, what's the pleasure of the board?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda with the additions duly noted.
Have a second.
Second.
Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, on item D, Jeff, I'll ask you this, number 5, the auditing for the Central Cafeteria School Activity Funds. We'll solicit those bids, I assume, here in the next little bit. Do you care whenever those bids come in? I know normally when we get bids in, whatever, we get the cover sheet or whatever explains, tells us who's
Scott,
bid.
one other thing I failed to mention, we're going to move item D to 4F.
Oh,
Out of
okay.
the regular agenda.
Okay, all right, never mind then.
All right, call roll.
Miller,
Yes.
Lynch,
Yes.
Rutherford,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Bird,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Lawson,
Yes.
Creekmore,
Yes.
Collins, Gray.
Yes.